Hello, it's Tina Clark, computer teacher, and today is Wednesday, and this is our third video this week, and I am going to kind of take a break from the migration unit. We've been talking about migration the last couple days, and we'll get back to that, but I was pretty excited about this resource because I really feel like you could use it at home quite easily. And it is, and let me scroll to the top here, it is from the South Dakota State Library, and these are resources that are available all the time, but a lot of times we kind of forget about them, and I'm reminding people about them and letting parents know about them. And just like the website says, it does say that all 50 databases and digital resources offered by the South Dakota State Library are free and accessible 24/7 without a library card. And this is for the COVID-19 pandemic. And so what I would like to direct your attention to, I have the tab SDSL databases for K-12. And we're going to go down here and it says student research links. And I'm not really going to talk about research, but there's some really nice book reading sources in here. So I'm going to click on elementary list. And the resource that I want to show you in here is called BookFlix. Now, before I get into that, if you get in here, you can see other resources that are more for research, for writing papers and things like that, or just finding out information. But I'm going to click on BookFlix. These are really cool talking books. And I'm going to skip the intro for now. And so you can
click on a category.
Sorry?
Or click on the feature to begin.
Yeah, so you can tell that it talks. You can utilize it in Spanish if you want to. I'm just going to leave it in English for right now. But this is the elementary level BookFlix books that are available. And there's a number of different categories. I'm just going to demonstrate one or two books in animals and nature. We all love animals, right?
Animals and nature.
And actually, I'm going to go to more of a nature one. I'm going to talk about spring because, boy, it sure is nice to start thinking about spring. So when you click on it, you can read a story, read or watch a story, or read a book that's a little more nonfiction. So I'm just going to show you a portion of Watch the Story. And you can make the screen bigger. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll just play a portion of the book. I hope you can hear it.
And Then It's Spring. Written by Julie Foliano. Illustrated by Aaron E. Stead. First, you have brown. All around, you have brown.
And I'm just going to pause it merely because I want you to have this available for you at home, for you to explore. The book itself is about 6 minutes long, and I don't have time enough in this video to do the whole book. But I want to point you in the direction so that you could read this book at home. But what I love about that book is that it's animated, it has cool music, and it also highlights the word as it speaks, which is very important for literacy. And so that is the storybook in the spring topic. Let's click on the nonfiction book, just called Read the Book. How do you know it's spring? We'll zoom in here. I thought I could make it bigger here, but I'm not seeing it. I'm just going to go ahead and hit read along and play.
Welcome spring. Flowers bloom. Birds chirp and sing. Kites blow in the wind. That is how we know it is spring. There are 4 seasons in each year. Each season lasts about 3 months. Spring is the season that comes after winter. What's the weather? In spring, the air gets warmer. The days are longer. That means it stays light in the evening for a longer time.
Okay, and I'll pause that for now. You get the idea. And the nonfiction book, just like the storybook, it will highlight and read as it goes along. And there's a really good voice to it. And that's called Book Flicks. And
Animals and nature.
there are other activities to do. I won't go into it, but there's puzzles and then an area for diving deeper. That's called Book
Animals
Flicks.
and
Click on a category.
And we have utilized this here at
Click on
school.
the feature to begin.
We have utilized this here at school before, but I wanted parents and families at home to know that that is available to you. Okay, I'll close out Book Flicks. And I just want to make sure I'm still recording here. I am doing a screen recording of my computer screen for you. So there is another level of the same kind of book reading format in middle and high school. I'm just going to click on middle school because it's the same for middle school as it is for high school. And instead of called Book Flicks, it is called True Flicks. And you can use it at elementary as well, but it's just a little more geared toward middle or high school. And this just has a lot of really cool categories for finding out information. And I am going to click on My United States. And there are books in here in this particular category for each state. Let's check out South Dakota. So when you open it up, you get a little video here.
Is it true that South Dakota is home to not one, but 2 mountain-sized sculptures? Yes, Mount Rushmore, completed in 1941, features larger-than-life granite images carved into a mountainside of Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln.
And I'll pause that. So that shows you an example of the video. And then you can actually read the book about South Dakota. So I hit back here. Let's just see if we're going to get to it. It's called A True Book. So let's open that. And this is from Scholastic. And I'm going to keep turning the page until we can get to a page where it will actually start reading it aloud here. Okay, so I'm going to click on Read to Me and play.
This is South Dakota. 1. Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Sculptor Gutzon Borglum carved U.S. Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln into this granite mountain in southwestern South Dakota. 2. Custer State
Okay.
Park. This park is the southwestern part of
I will pause that. But again, another really great book that has highlighting and it reads it aloud for you, which I think is very important. And it makes reading accessible to all people. And I think the books are excellent. So I wanted to make sure that you had this resource, and I will include this web link in the description of the video for you. However, I do have to give you an assignment, kids. All right, students out there, here is your assignment. Go to the South Dakota Library Resources for the pandemic, and that is the website that I just showed you. That's this website right here. It will be in the link. Choose a book, well, and then once you get to the link, you're going to scroll down to student research lists and then choose elementary or middle or high school. And then from one of those age groups, grade groups, choose a book from either Book Flicks, the elementary level, or True Flicks, middle or high school. Read the book and then email me and tell me what book you read and what you liked about it. And there's my email address right there. So that's a pretty fun assignment, and I think you're going to learn a lot, and you can do this with your siblings too, with mom and dad, and I just hope that you enjoy that resource. I know that we do here. So that is all for the video for today, for Wednesday. Talk to you next time.